Olá, bem-vindos todos a esse webinar sobre o Programa de Mestrado Acadêmico e Doutorado da Fundação Getulio Vargas. Eu sou Ricardo Lopes Cardoso e antes de começar vou ler uma breve observação aqui. As manifestações expressas por integrantes dos quadros da Fundação Getulio Vargas que participam dos eventos e transmissões online representam exclusivamente opiniões de seus autores e não necessariamente a posição institucional da FGV. Eu, Ricardo, concordo de forma espontânea e autorizo o uso de meu nome, voz e imagem, além de ceder os direitos autorais e patrimoniais à Fundação Getulio Vargas. Bom, como o programa é todo ministrado em inglês, esse webinar vai ser conduzido em inglês, então por essa razão agora eu vou apertar a tecla SAP e vou passar a conversar em inglês com vocês. Nesse sentido, I need to reiterate the disclaimer just read in Portuguese, just to make clear that everyone understands. The statements expressed by members of the staff of Fundação Getulio Vargas who participate in events, online transmissions, and online transmissions exclusively represent their opinions and not necessarily the institutional position of FGV. I, Ricardo, spontaneously agreed to participate in this event and to authorize the use of my name, voice, image, besides assigning the copyright related to their exhibition for this broadcast, which will be available later on. So welcome everyone to our webinar. And now I have a PowerPoint slide that I will share with you. Okay, there we are. I hope everyone can see already. A brief introduction, in addition to myself that was speaking here, the program coordination is very well managed by Daniele Santos, the program manager, and her assistant, Patrícia Peixoto. So I make these points pretty clear because I do hope that once you have any question regarding our program, you probably will call us or send us an email. Most probably, you'll be able to talk immediately to Daniele or to Patricia, okay? Some information about the program. The Program of Academic Graduate Studies in Administration at FGV EBAPE is composed of the Master and the PhD in Administration. The courses are interconnected. The Master and the PhD are completely interconnected and share the same values and principles. We are very proud that we are accredited by EQUIS, AACSP, and here in Brazil, the federal government Ministry of Education has a federal agency called CAPES who assesses the quality of the Master and PhD programs in Brazil. And the highest grade they award is number 7, and we are very proud that we are number 7 for already more than 80 years. I just said that both Master and PhD are completely integrated, but they have different main purposes. The main purpose of the Master program, Master in Science program, is to prepare students for the PhD, either at FGV or other distinguished institution, either in Brazil or elsewhere in the world. And if students that graduate from our master do not intend to continue in their academic career, no problem. We do the best effort we can to also properly prepare them to the job market. While the PhD program aims to prepare students for the academic career as researchers and professors, either at universities or other academic institutions or think tanks, either in Brazil or abroad. That's why the program is fully taught in English, because we work with the main purpose to prepare our students to pursue their career elsewhere, not necessarily in Rio de Janeiro, not necessarily in Brazil. When I talk to candidates, why did they apply to our program? I collect that information, and that information I clusterize it among these four pillars. Student applicants used to say that they choose us due to our road renewed faculty, the quality and rigorous training we offer, the inspiring academic experience that they expect, as well as confirmed by for those that graduate from EBAPE, and top-notch students, their peers in the program. So going further in all these four pillars, I might say, what do I mean by road renewed faculty? Well, our faculty has a very, very strong international experience and very relevant international experience. Some of them are not Brazilians. We have colleagues from Germany, India, France, Canada, Portugal, Albania. I hope I didn't forget anyone. In addition to the place where they were born, we also have colleagues in the faculty member that pursued that graduated from a PhD from international institutions, either in Europe or in the US. And some of them also have worked in universities outside Brazil. In addition to that very rich international experience, we work on our research on international orientation. The research problems that we use to develop do not necessarily consider the problems relevant to Brazil. Yes, we do investigate problems relevant to Brazil, but we also focus on problems that are relevant to society in a broader international scenario. And therefore, our papers, our research used to be published in academic journals, international academic journals, the top, the highest, the best academic journals all over the world. And our faculty member is by far the most productive academic faculty member in the field of administration here in Brazil. I mean by productivity, publishing papers in high-level journals with the highest citation level. Regarding the quality and the rigorous training, our program is fully taught in English, and our program is a full-time program. What do I mean by a full-time program? The master students might conclude and defend their thesis in a 12-month period. So if you are applying for the master, classes will start in January 2024. Then, therefore, you have 21 months to conclude your master. So you might defend your master thesis by September 25. And the PhD program is lengthy. It takes 48 months. So starting on January 24, you might defend your thesis by December 27. Yes, by December 27, you might defend your PhD dissertation. And the program is full-time. It means that we organize the course and offer the disciplines for students that are full-time dedicated to the program. In other words, students that do not work and do not develop other activities. Although I might say, we do not require our students to not work. Yes, if you work and you are intending to apply for the next cohort, you are welcome. You can apply. Even though you work and you are not full-time dedicated to the program. Once you are selected, you are welcome to take our course, register, and become a part of the EBAPE program. But I need to make it very clear. the program was designed and is delivered for students that dedicate themselves exclusively to this program. If you work in addition to studying with us, you will need to develop your own abilities to manage your time in order to be able to cope with all your students' duties at EBAPE, in addition to other duties that you have as a practitioner in your organization. Okay? So, what's the structure of the program? Master students. In the following slide, I will show the same information regarding PhD students, but only focusing on master students. What we have? Master students might take at least statistics 1A, statistics 1B, and qualitative data collection and analysis, or comparative historical methods. So you might take a set of method courses plus a set of research track courses. I will show later on which are our research tracks, but you might take at least 4 courses straightly related to the research track that you choose, and 5 more elective courses. These 5 more elective courses, I mean, maybe other method courses in addition to the minimum, or other track research courses in addition to the minimum 4, or courses from any other research track that you didn't choose, but you can take courses from other research tracks that they will count in your vitae as elective courses. Or you can publish a paper while you are a student, and that paper will be accounted for as an elective course. I mean, publish a paper in an academic journal at a minimum quality level that's established in the regulations. Or you can also take as elective courses in other universities, other master or PhD programs, either in Brazil or abroad. In addition to the courses, methods, research track, and elective courses, you might also participate on our graduate seminars for at least 1 year. So in the first year, you enroll in the program, you will be required to take part of the graduate seminars, and the supervised research seminar is equivalent to a course where you will discuss your research project with your supervisor, and it might be other supervisees of your supervisor that research in the same field or the same method, whatever. So your advisor will be the one that will arrange these meetings and measure your attendance there. So in total, you might take at least 14 courses that are equivalent to 28 credits. And the structure of the PhD is pretty much similar. But now in the PhD, we have 17 courses that total 36 credits. And again, PhD students might take a minimum amount of courses in the related to methods. So a minimum set of method courses, plus at least 5 courses related to the research track the student choose, plus 4 elective courses. And what I just said about elective courses regarding master students is the same rule for PhD. Other method courses, other research track courses, courses from other research tracks in addition to yours, or publishing a paper in an academic journal at a minimum high quality level, or taking courses in other PhD programs either in Brazil or abroad. You might also attend to the graduate seminar sessions and at least 1 year involvement with your supervisor in the supervisory research seminar. So the program is very intense and very much time demanding. That's why we do suggest that our students entirely, exclusively dedicate themselves to the program. Although we accept students that work while you study with us. And these are the research tracks that we have. For research tracks, institutions, policy and government, coordinated by Professor Carlos Pereira, finance, coordinated by Professor Lars Norden, strategy management and organizations, coordinated by Professor Olivier Bertrand, and behavioral and decision science, coordinated by Professor Ishani Agraval. You can have detailed information about these research tracks in our website. Going back to those 4 pillars, I was talking about the quality and rigorous training in addition to the program fully taught in English and the full-time program. The EBAPE has some research centers. I might say 5 research centers. 3 of them are pretty much related to the activities that we conduct in the Msc PhD. They are the Center for Behavioral Research in Rio, the Center for Banking and Finance Research in Rio, and the Applied Research Center in Accounting and Data Analytics. So you are welcome to visit our website, specifically on the page where we present information about our applied research centers. And there is a huge opportunity for our students to develop research, applied research that is being conducted by these research centers. That most probably they have a budget and with available scholarships for our students. So students that get involved in activities related to these research centers might have the opportunity to double the scholarship, receive an additional scholarship from the EBAPE. And now about the 3rd pillar, the inspiring academic experience that our graduates use to comment. This experience is most related to both the graduate seminars experience and the international exchange. What is the graduate seminars? I just said that our students are required to attend to at least 1 year graduate seminar sessions, but what is it? We receive visiting professors that come to present their work in progress or their just recently published papers. And that's very interesting because the researcher, the visiting professor, presents not only the paper as we used to present when we go to academic conferences, but they describe some detailed information about the backstage, about the process of producing that research. And at the end of the session, when all the paper presentation has finished and the Q&A was also finished regarding the piece of the research the colleague just presented, the faculty members that are attending the session leave the room, and we keep there only you, the students, and the visiting professor, so students may ask whatever they have in mind. For instance, students used to ask about how is the academic life in the country where the visiting professor comes from when he comes from abroad, or how to apply for a PhD in his or her university, or how to apply to the job market in his or her university. So it's a pretty insightful experience and opportunity for our students to enhance the network beyond EBAPE. And we also exhort our students to fly, to travel, to gain international experience. So we exhort them to take part of international exchange. The doctoral stay, or as we used to call in Portuguese, doutorado sanduíche, we do exhort our PhD students to go abroad for at least 6 months, where they can develop a piece of their research there for usually 6 months, no more than 1 year. And we have many students that go, and some of them really go back there for a postdoc or either to the job market and are become and pursue their academic career abroad soon after graduating from our PhD. And master students also have the opportunity to go, although time is short. So master students, when they go, we suggest to not spend more than 6 months there, usually only 3 months. And I know that 3 months is too short to gain a rich international experience, but some have gone in the recent years. Finally, talking about top-notch students, the fourth pillar. Our students are diverse in many aspects. For instance, not only geographical diversity, I mean, we have students from different states of Brazil and students from other countries. Right now, we have a student from China, from Germany, from Mexico. We have many students that graduated in the last 5 years from China, Italy, Poland, France. Why am I saying this? Because I will always forget someone. Yes, I just forgot some. But okay, we have some geographical diversity and academic diversity as well. We have, although I'm presenting you a master and a PhD program in administration, we have students from many different backgrounds in addition to public administration or business administration. We have students from the fields of economics, accounting, medicine, philosophy, engineering, law, and many other fields of research. So completely diverse academic background our students have. And I think that it's an amazing opportunity to enrich the discussion and the academic experience as a whole. Now, let's talk about money, a fee and grants. Our program is for free. We don't charge any tuition fee at all. So all students accepted for the Msc PhD program will be exempted from any fees and duties. So you don't pay anything to study in our academic master and PhD at EBAPE. In addition, you might also receive a scholarship. So you don't pay and receive scholarships. The program offers study grants to students for their upkeep based on the students' progress, performance, and full commitment studies under the program. So our basic requirement is that you are fully dedicated to the program in order to receive the scholarship. So your investment is your time, your dedication, your commitment, and your success, not your money. In addition to that, in addition to receiving scholarship from CAPES CNPq, students that are, again, fully dedicated to the program and get involved at the school's activities and initiatives, like participating in the research conducted by the research centers, or participate as a teacher assistant to our professors in other programs provided by EBAPE, like the undergrad or professional master, might also receive an additional scholarship for this involvement. And how much is the scholarship? For the master students, the scholarship is 2,100 reais per month. I'm talking about reais, okay? 2,100 per month. And PhD students, 3,100 reais per month. The basic scholarship, if you double this, you might get to up to 4,200 if you're a master student, or up to 6,200 if you're a PhD student. And how about the selection process? We are talking about the intake for the 2024 cohort, the one that which classes will start in January next year. We organize the selection process on 2 rounds. What do I mean by rounds? The first round that will take place is it right? Yes, for sure it's right. Okay. The first round that will take place is already going on. The interviews we will interview candidates in August, between 15 and 17 of August. In order to participate in this process, you need to apply until August the 3rd. So you'll be interviewed in the middle of August, and the result we might announce by the end of August, by the 23rd. So you'll be able to enroll in the program during the last week of August. And although classes will start only in January next year. So the point is, why do we have this process with so significant period of anticipation? It's pretty simple. We are focusing on attracting not only Brazilian students that live in the city of Rio de Janeiro. We aim to have students from other states from Brazil, and most importantly, from other countries, not only from Latin America, but all other countries in a broader sense. I do know that Rio de Janeiro is not a very cheap city. It's quite expensive city. The living cost in Rio. So if you know that you were approved and selected to join us, you will know that by the end of August, you have, I hope, plenty of time to organize yourself, to rent an apartment in Rio, to get the visa if you're not a Brazilian resident. So you need a visa to study with us, to move to Brazil. So that's why we organize this schedule with so much time of advance. As you see in the following slides, you need to apply for some exams before August the 3rd, because you need to submit in your application the proof of those exams. And the most popular exam that I'm talking about here in Brazil is Teste ANPAD. Teste ANPAD this year we have 3 forthcoming in June 18th, September 24th, and November 26th. So if you are intending to apply for this first round, please don't miss Teste ANPAD June edition. you might register as soon as possible at MPAD and prepare yourself to that exam. So if you succeed there, most probably you will succeed in the first phase of our selection process. But if you still need more time to organize yourself and prepare yourself for the exam, the MPAD exam, no problem, no rush. You can participate in the second round. The second round application period will start immediately after the close of the application period for the first round, so August the 4th, and it goes until December the 1st. We will interview candidates between 18 and 19 December, and the result will be announced on December 20th. So while Santa Claus is around us, you will be enrolling yourself in our program. So you might have between December 22nd until December 26th to enroll yourself at FGV in our program. And again, classes will start in the first Monday of January next year. And now let me explain a little bit about the phases, the selection process phases. We have two phases, the document analysis and the interview. So for document analysis, you will upload all these documents through the internet until the application date, let's say until the 3rd of August, okay, if you are applying for the first round. And we will analyze all these documents you have uploaded. So your undergraduate diploma, the standard tests, I said MPAD is the most popular in Brazil, but you can take GMAT or GRE or MPAC. English proficiency exam results like IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, because the program is fully taught in English. So we need to be assured that you are English proficient. Your updated CV under this web page, the structure, Lattes curriculum, very popular among researchers and academic society in Brazil. You can just Google Lattes curriculum and prepare yours if you don't have it yet. A letter of intention. Why do you intend to study with us? Definitely in English, because your letter will be read by de facto member. As I said, some of them are not Brazilian. 2 recommendation letters in English. Usually, PhD candidates for the PhD get recommendation letters from their previous professors from the master, usually the supervisor in the master and another professor there. And candidates for the master usually ask their previous professors from the undergrad to sign their recommendation letters. You will need to select which research track you intend to develop your course here with us. I said that you might take a minimum 4 or 5, depending if you are a master or PhD student, courses specifically related to the research track. So you will assign in the application form 2 research tracks. Please, the first one is your first best option. And you will also, if you present a second option for your research track. Why that? Because the interview, the next phase that I will talk in the following slide, you will be interviewed by the faculty members that do research in those specific research tracks that you have marked in the application. So this is why understanding the goal of our research tracks, which kind of research we pursue in each of those research tracks, is indeed important for you that is intend to apply to our program. So you make it very clear that what you intend to research with us is linked to one of those research tracks, and then you will be interviewed by professors and researchers that dedicate themselves to those research tracks, okay? And one more document, if you are applying for the PhD and only for the PhD, we also require a Preproject of your dissertation. The broad idea, like a pre-project, preproject of your PhD dissertation, okay? And the interview, as I said, will be conducted by the colleagues, the faculty members that develop their academic career in those 2 research tracks that you marked in your application form, and the interview will be conducted in English, okay? Well, that's it for now. If you have any question, please ask us. You have our phone number, email, and visit our website. There are plenty other more detailed information there, including the regulation of the program. Okay? If you have any question, please just type them here, and I will be very glad to answer them. Oh, I already have some questions. So let's go for them. Someone asked about if there is any specific desired background from our students, and no, there is no specific background that we are searching for. As I said, we have students from the field of medicine, law, physics, so in addition to business, accounting, economics, and so on. So feel comfortable. You are welcome despite your background. Could you detail more about the courses fully taught in English? Yes, exactly that. So the papers we will discuss in class, all the reading material are in English. The discussion in class, all the debate among professors and students are in English. Students make presentations in English, and exams or essays or any assessment the professor conducts and requires from you, all in English. That's it. What I mean by fully taught in English is fully taught in English. And I need to recall that we have internet students that don't speak Portuguese, and definitely speaking English is mandatory in that environment. Em que momento devemos fazer a escolha da linha de pesquisa? As I said, in the selection process phase, the first phase, you will select your research track when you are applying to the program. So don't spend your time. Go through the website, visit our website, read what the research track means. Take a look on which professors work in each of the research tracks. Take a look on the CV of those professors. Read our papers. If you I saw a professor there that based on his or her CV, she has published a paper that's pretty much related to what you intend to develop in your PhD or master. So go through the internet, get that paper, read that paper, and get involved. And then send us an email. I mean, you have on the website the faculty members, the list of faculty members. You have our phone number, you have our email there available for you. You can send us an email straight to the professor that you intend to work with to become your advisor. Send him or her an email. Meet with him or her. Come to EBAPE. You are very welcome to visit us. Sit there and we can discuss about your research ideas before you apply. And then you will get all the idea about what the program is, if it is really what you are keen to do for the next 2 years or 4 years of your life. And I do encourage you all to read about us and keep in touch with us and visit us. The third question, fourth question, probably. Okay, international experience, the international exchange. We suggest our PhD students, not suggest, sorry. We allow, let me make it clear. we allow our PhD students to go abroad for the doutorado sanduíche once they finish their credits. So master students might take all those credits that I have presented here, the 14 courses, during the first year. And then they spend the second 9 months, working on their master thesis. While PhD students spend the first 2 years on courses, taking courses with us here at EBAPE, and the following 2 years working on their PhD dissertation. So master students are allowed to go abroad for the international experience on the second year, once they've had finished their courses, and PhD students are allowed to go abroad on the third year after they have concluded all the credits. Okay? O pré-projeto de tese de doutorado será utilizado como parte da pesquisa no curso ou somente processo seletivo para o doutorado? Oh, that's a good question. The pre-project that you will upload in your selection process for the PhD, it's mandatory only for PhD candidates, as I said, and will you use your pre-project only and only to access your research ideas, how you organize your research ideas on a 3-page long research project. That's it. You have no commitment to develop that specific research in the following 4 years. Let me tell you, I do not expect that any of the candidates actually develop that specific pre-project research as their thesis. Because if that happens, it's a proof that we didn't add any value to that student. So I do hope that after 1 year studying with us, you will look to that pre-project you submitted before and said, oh gosh, why did I wrote that? What did I think about research back 1 year ago? So please do not develop that specific pre-project research later on, okay? I think there is no more question. So we still have some more minutes. Oh, that's a good question. Where do the classes take place? In Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So the EBAPE, a Escola Brasileira de Administração Pública e de Empresas, the Brazilian School of Public and Business Administration from Getulio Vargas Foundation, is based in the city of Rio de Janeiro. The branch is Botafogo. It's pretty close to the subway station Flamengo. And classes are there, okay? Well, if we don't have any more questions, I do invite all of you to visit our website, and you can later on watch this video from this webinar and many other detailed information about the program that are available there, including the regulation of the program, the list of courses that we are offering this year. You can take a look on those, because most of the courses that we are offering this year in the program, we will also offer next year. So I'm not saying that we will offer all, but most of those will be offered again next year. So you can get a flavor of what to expect. And take a look on the professor's profile, the papers we publish, and then you get a much clearer idea of the program as a whole. Okay, and I'm completely available. If you have questions, please send us an email and visit us. Thank you.